Okay.
Whoa. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, Chris is almost here.
I'm looking forward to today's adventure.
Yeah, give me a minute. I can do both if you send me a link on Telegram.
That's the problem is I can't access Telegram right now.
Okay. Give me a second then.
Anyways.
Yeah, I can do both.
Lovely.
Just give me a minute.
Nah. Anyways.
Let me see. This, that.
There we go.
That's weird.
Good.
Why did it not send me the notification?
Hello, everybody.
Xbox.
Hello, my souls.
Sorry.
Lem.
You
And welcome
two.
back to Black
What the
Desert.
hell are you doing?
Kenny, what the hell are you doing? Nom.
Sorry, I'm
It's okay.
complaining at YouTube because it's supposed to notify me when you go live.
Yeah, I know it's been doing that a little bit lately.
You're late.
Huh? Did it just give you the notification?
Sorry. Yeah.
I forgot. Why do I keep
Did you
buying
just tweet
these
it to
tools?
Discord?
Why do I keep
Hey,
buying
did
these
you just
tools?
send it to Discord?
No, I didn't. I specifically was asking
That's why
you
I'm
to for a
asking.
reason.
That's why I'm asking because there are literally two things there. Hi. I'll be right back.
Oh well. It's alright, Dennis. Anyways. So we were going to originally let people, choose what we do today. But I think one of the things we're going to be weaseling in is we're going to be getting the, parts of the, quest line, if not the entire quest line, for, Tier 2 and Tier 3 crafting. Done. Because I am apparently the only person in our entire guild who has Tier 3 crafting. Anyways. Brain. There we are. I need to look at that quest line. Because I don't think I can access it anymore. Processing guide for beginners. Okay, so the quest that we're looking for is called Because I Like You. Area Serendia. Okay.
Time to play with the elders. Let's surprise them.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Still trying to figure out where the thing is. He's the node management dude for...
Ready yourselves. Let's give the whole town a little shake, shall we?
Oh.
For what?
Looking. Foreigner of Serendia.
Time to play with the elders. Let's surprise them.
Workers at the quarry. Oh, sorry for bumping the microphone, people. Hello, Skunk. Hello, Zondo. It's a pity you cannot stay. And hush, Skunk. It is just a shirt. Anyways, we need to go to the quarry. I believe it's near Heidel.
Quarry?
Yeah. I believe it's northern Heidel Quarry. Yep. Come on. This way. Om nom nom, the skunk knows. Anyways, the quest we're looking for is Because I Like You. And this one is, we're doing these quests specifically because people in the guild need tier 3 crafting. And there's no trading system, so I can't just say, send me the equipment, I'll send you what you need. Anything.
Yes.
I was about to say that the party drop out or something. Did it get borked again?
No, sorry.
You two are quiet.
No, Tiny Thing. Tiny Thing is doing a thing. Namely eating because stuffing face.
Ah, I've got a knot in my hair.
Okay, all I have to say is BLFC next year, don't be surprised if I just start messing with your hair because you have long hair.
Yeah, just be warned.
He's not the only one.
After a little while, I've got issues with my hair knotting up. Like, if you do that early in the morning, you're going to find knots, and there's going to be a moment of, oh!
No. Actually, when I say messing with your hair, I have a couple of hairbrushes that I use to get the knots out on the surface,
A tiny thing?
and then keeps them out all day.
Tiny thing?
Hmm.
I have to use dog brushes to get the knots out
You
off
have
my
to
hair.
use dog brushes. My black and purple hairbrush, my black and pink hairbrush, work just fine for me.
Yeah, no, with my hair, with how thick it is and how annoying it can be, sometimes I actually have to use a dog brush. Like, wire bristle brush. Which sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. But no, when I say messing with your hair, I typically mean that it's going to end up braided at some point just
Oh
because.
god. Why?
It's a nervous habit, and when I get nervous, you can tell I start
Hello,
messing with
Freeman.
my hair. And anyone else who has long hair around me, I see a sub.
If I wake up during the or if I wake up one morning at the convention and have dreadlock braided hair, I'm gonna bop you.
No, no. If you wake up one morning and you see me braiding strands of my hair together from the front, there's a problem. That means something happened last night that set me off.
Man. It's a convention. There's drama at every convention. There's gonna be something that sets you off, and we all know it.
No, not about the convention.
No, I mean at
When I say
conventions,
sets me off
drama
like that,
happens.
it's just...
So there's going to be eventually something at any convention that will set you off in some way or another.
When I say that, I'm not talking about the convention is going to set me off. I'm talking about a nightmare typically sets me off to the point of I'm stuck up here. Good luck getting me out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fairly
And
certain
well,
I'm fairly
okay,
certain I'll be
so-
able to drag you out of the room at that point.
That means one of two things. If I'm messing with my hair and I'm touching my head, like at the base of my head, that probably means that I've got a headache and I don't want to be bothered.
Aw.
Because that's still a habit of mine. I grew up grabbing my head when I had a headache. I still grab my head when I've got a headache.
At which point Frost is going to offer you medication. Hearing Tiny twice is giving you a headache? Really, Otter?
Twice.
I think he's hearing you
Oh
from
yeah,
downstairs.
you can hear me upstairs. I forgot about that. Sorry, Bubby.
That is weird. But yeah, no. I'm fairly certain the ping doesn't make it any better either. But yeah, no, that's probably going to be around the time that Frost offers you pain pills and pesters you. Because
Yeah,
convention!
I'm gonna say this right now. I don't have a problem with being around a convention or being around a crowd of people when I've got a headache. It's actually recommended. I'm more mellow when I have a headache, unless it's light sensitivity.
Yeah.
Then you've got a problem, because then I become snappy.
Well, that's the thing. I also have medication specifically for light sensitive headaches.
If it
Trust
has
me, it will
anti-inflammatories in it, I can't take it.
It doesn't. It's
Like I
neurological.
said, I
It's a
can't
neurological
take
agent.
Okay, because I can't take anti-inflammatories, so I have to take Tylenol in place of that.
It's a neurological agent. It essentially stops your body from being able to register certain types of pain. So, they're good, but they're also a little dangerous because if you, say, break your toe or something while you're on them, you won't feel it.
That sounds familiar.
This guy right here should have a quest called Because I Like You.
Who? All him?
Yep. So, and for those who are watching, this guy is at North
No, I don't
Hydel
have
Quarry, I
any.
believe. You don't have any quests for
I don't
them?
have any quests for him. Nope.
Okay, so that means we need to check the next one in the line. Chris, are you going to be doing these quests as well, so you can get your freaking crafting thing up?
Probably not.
Okay.
So the feed is on.
Korea Fonte is the next person.
And that person is where exactly?
I'm looking.
Hi. Nobody said you could move.
Surrender.
Hey, I have that horse. I was just using it the other
Yes.
day.
It's a nice horse.
Mm-hmm. That's a tier 3 beauty and I love it.
I believe this guy has
Mine
a
went with-
farm.
Mine stayed with the name of Rushmore because it was the name that the game gave it. Game gave it. Because English.
T- Yeah, I'm bad with names, so I just named it Marble.
Actually, it's what I wanted to name it.
Mr. Fonte, let's see if I can find this guy.
Hmm?
I don't know where the fuck this guy is.
You want me to help look up?
I believe. Hold on. I believe he's at Alejandro Farm. Nope, not Alejandro Farm.
Is he at a farm that you know?
I don't know. I'm fucking looking.
Hang on.
And
See
Acosta.
something over here.
It is not easy to fucking check these without. Okay, so apparently Claire wants to be invited to the party. Looks like she's got her Xbox on.
Do you want to check Costa and I'll check the plantation?
Hold on. DLNPC. NPC Finder.
Hello.
Hello. Are you on your Xbox or on the app?
Xbox.
Yay! How'd you manage that?
Very kind waffle. Who
That's
I
a
will
thing.
be paying back.
Okay, let's search up this guy's name. Fonte.
So, what are we doing, guys?
He's at the Northern Guard camp.
Which one?
Wait. Northern Guard camp. So, where we're at. Oh my god.
What's his name?
He's right here.
Fucking kidding me?
Hi! You should have the quest.
Coming here to Heidel. Don't you know that we've lost the war against Calpheon?
Nothing or
Coming
no,
here
it's...
to Heidel. Don't you know that we've lost the war against Calpheon?
It may smell a little.
Yeah, I don't even have it with him.
Coming
Wait,
here
what
to
the
Heidel.
what the
Don't you know that
absolute
we've lost
fuck?
the war against Calpheon?
No idea. But I think I have an idea of what I can do.
Coming here to Heidel. Don't you know that we've lost
Go
the
to your
war
quests
against
menu.
Okay.
Coming here to Heidel. Don't you know that we've lost the war against Calpheon?
Where am I
Okay.
going?
Hold on. I'm switching out characters to a newer character.
Coming here to Heidel.
One that
Don't you
hasn't
know
done
that
Turning
we've
these
my
lost the
volume
missions.
really
war
off real
against
quick.
Calpheon?
Okay.
So I'm gonna switch out to Haley and see if I can find the quest on there. Because it should be under crafting. But it would be in your quests thing. Also, hello everybody. Hello Heather, hello Ernie, blam everybody. My brain is kind of going, trying to figure something out. Excuse me. Why am I being poked?
Well, it's better than being porked.
Depends on the context.
Well, isn't there context with everything?
Yeah, sort of.
So, where am I? Where am I headed to? Where are you guys?
Northern Guard Camp.
Oh.
Headed there now.
You're kidding me. There we go.
I forgot this character was level 50.
Um. Wait, where the ever-loving fuck? I can't find it. Okay, so give me a sec. Switching back to my wizard. We're gonna run through literally this entire quest line up until we find where the fuck you are in the quest, if you've done any of them. Nothing our friendos can't do. So we've already figured out you don't have one from him, so... You don't have a quest from him, so that's...
Nope.
Chris, can you please go, bop the dogs? So let's see. BREM.
Why am I setting like this? Hang on. There we go.
Oh, and.
Oh god, it's gonna take a while.
Berman is in Northern Guard Camp. So let's try talking to Berman, shall we? Right over here.
Alright. I don't have any quest bubbles above any of
Oh,
them.
wait. First things first. Fuck me. Go to profile. Go right bumper twice and list all of your quests. Forgot about those. Or left bumper twice. You're going to my information quest settings in profile.
There we go.
Are all
Now
of those
there's
lit
a
up now?
quest above both of them.
Okay.
Both,
Go to Bremen first. Or not Bremen first. Go to this guy over here first.
Already over here.
Okay. What is his quest? What quests do you have for him?
Because I like you.
That's the one! I'm not a
Okay,
derp,
this
I
one is
swear.
Give iron ore to him.
Hey, Claire.
You
sure
are
about
dirt.
that?
Yes?
Are you joining in on this quest on your main, hopefully? Because this is, how you get tier 3 crafting.
Oh. I'm already on my archer.
Okay.
Not
Hop
too
on
hard to
whoever-
switch.
Hop on whoever you're planning on maining.
I like both of them. But
You can level up your archer by doing this too, you know.
I know, and I want to.
Okay, then
Well,
don't
then
throw
I wanna get
continue using your
her.
archer for now.
them.
I have
Get
my
your-
archer. I'm coming.
This is like, get your hiney over here, you butt.
I'm coming. Do you see where I am? I am so close.
Have I
Yep,
lost
so far.
November already? No, actually I haven't.
I have twice.
The confusion, Freeman, is because we were trying to find a quest line, and I forgot that some of the quests can be hidden. Like, for example, you see the
Yes.
green quest bubble above his head, like green outlined square. If I go to this, turn these off, There's no quest there
Those go
anymore.
away. Yep. I need to go up there. Do you want me to talk to him first?
Get the quest and start doing the quests.
I talked to
Hang
him.
on.
I'm talking about the other guy because there's a quest above him too.
No, the quest chain that we're doing specifically is the important one.
All right.
And the quest chain is, because I like you, it may smell a little. Nothing our friendos can't do. Harvesting wheat. The worst cook in Hydel. Settling down in Hydel. Storage keeper and Amirgo. More practical, more valuable, no free stuff. Skinning a fox. I forgot skinning a fox was in there. Drying hide under the sunlight. Prove your cooking skills first. Fried vegetables this time. Sweet fruit juice. Catching Olivia's eye. Plantation cook. Juicy information. Bustling Anjardo farm. Helping with the pumpkin harvest. A threatening scarecrow. A meat dish for the workers. In search of higher processing knowledge. Honey for a goblin friend. Grilled sausage for a goblin. Combination of seafood and mushrooms. Learning higher processing skills. Material for equipment repair. Pure water for an experiment. Working the ash tree. Even flax fabric. Armor upgrade 101. You see why it's a gigantic chain?
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going up to where the thing is taking me. And because shy character.
Okie doke. Oh yeah, there's a boss in 21 minutes, by the way. Like, there's a world boss in 21 minutes.
Fun. Oh, there it is.
All I consider that skunk is... Oh well. Poor skunk's gonna be blue-balled for a month.
Wait, why?
Because apparently I've been doing things on the stream to turn him on. Or that turn him on.
Skunk,
Okay then.
I'm just gonna say, lose
No,
now,
no.
you'll thank yourself later. By the way, I'm at the northern camp.
Alright.
I don't know where it's leading me.
You need to turn on
Talk to
all
you
your
yet.
quest lines, by the way.
On my quest lines?
Yep. Go to profile, go over to the scroll, and turn all of your quest line types on.
Wait. Like,
Are you dizzy yet?
wait,
You know that we've lost the
how
war
many?
against Caulfield.
Like, all of them?
All of them, yes.
How do I turn them on?
Okay, so if you go to them in profile, go to my information quest settings. Are all of them checkmarked?
Oh, that.
or is only one or two of them check mark and the rest of them have little black balls around them, or little gray balls around them, like near the bottom right of them?
Profile. Yep.
So is everything turned on now?
Yep.
You're going to
Everything
see
is
a
turned on.
lot more quest markers now. The first one you're going to want is right here. And the quest is Because I Like You.
This one? This guy?
This guy.
It's not giving me a quest.
Then you've already done this quest.
Oh.
You would need
Okay.
to find the next person in the... Wait. All of your quest lines are on, right?
Yeah.
Then you need to find the
All-
next person in the chain. So all of them have a gold check behind, beside them then?
Yeah. All of them have a gold check. And
weird.
actually, no one in this town. No one in this town has a...
Kiddo, these guys have quests even for me. Oh. Wait. This is not the character you did life skills on with. It's it.
No.
It
No.
requires it requires life skills gathering level 7 for you to even see these quests. Royalty free idiot.
And they've started
Uh-huh.
up again.
It's the royalty free idiot.
Hmm. Also, as you can see, I has no horse.
I so badly want to just call this guy the royalty free fairy.
That's a thicket. I don't want to look at the thicket. I really don't want to go down into the freaking one spot, but I'm gonna have to. Maybe. Nope. Are you enjoying that?
So,
Okay,
What?
yes. Are you enjoying being a turtle?
Claire, try switching over to the person
Yes.
that you were doing life skills on with us.
I...
And if none of your characters are high enough to see these quests, grab a hoe, go garden.
Chris!
How am I being a turd?
You're a
I'm gonna-
freaking turd! I literally just ran into you, you turd!
Now, while all of these
That's like a
guys are
personal
doing this
problem.
quest line, when you guys need whatever quest is next, essentially in the chain, let me know. Like if you know.
But I want to level up my... Damn it. Okay.
So, while they're doing that, I'm gonna go do a couple of my quests. Or one of my quests. So, I'm going to go this way. Well, yeah, no, a lot of the road rules are common sense. But a lot of people don't have common sense. Common sense is not so common nowadays. Everybody should know this.
Yes. Common sense is not so
at
common.
a fucking premium in some places. Like Portland. And California. Because holy fuck.
I was gonna be mean and say, like... What?
Yes, Claire.
I was gonna be mean and say something along the lines of,
Gemstones cannot be bargained with. All the gemstones that I carry have that much value.
okay, I'm gonna need to go all the way here. Uh, some say something along the lines of, yeah, common sense is not so common anymore. You know, like New York.
Common sense hasn't been common in New York for a while. It's the same thing kind of with California. Common sense is at a premium here. Has been
I
for
was
a
gonna
long
say Hollywood.
No, this is the problem. You've heard the term LA driver, right?
Yeah.
Some of our
Oh my
state's
God,
best
LA
drivers are in
driver.
LA.
Oof.
You think LA driver's bad?
Oof.
Fucking go to like Rancho. I've literally seen somebody get T-boned by a fucking semi because they thought that red meant speed up.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what I say about Texas drivers. Their ego is about as big as the road.
I'd say a little bit bigger. Now I need to skin some burbs.
It's gonna take me a while to get over there, I hope you know this.
I should probably have my skinning knife on.
What do I have? I don't have anything.
Oh, but yeah, no. What I'm gathering from this conversation is people just don't know how to drive, period.
No.
All
no,
right.
they don't.
So, Kit,
What's up?
2 quest lines: settling down in Hideout and harvesting wheat.
Both part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, harvesting wheat first, then settling down in Hydel. Settling down in Hydel is actually further up the quest line than...
Yeah, it's showing up as right next to it.
Nice. 2 birds with 1 stone. Ah,
Yep.
2 birds with 1 stone, essentially.
Yep. Alright.
I'm glad it's not picking up through my mic right now because, yeah.
It kind of is, kind of isn't.
If they get too loud, it kind of picks up. Why do I have a quest objective over here? Hang on.
Processing. I am now sifting soft bird plume. Lightweight plume. And this is actually one of the tier 2 quests that I have yet to complete myself. So, I'm showing you guys essentially a little further down the line in the quest line. You know what, I probably don't need my pets out for this. Hold on.
Okay, so...
Oh no, I do want my pets out for this, because gathering the XP. Hey, a message from Krypton.
What?
Okay, so I must point out that is the danger of sending me your Discord handle while I'm streaming. Sorry about that. Because literally everybody who sees this now knows your Discord handle, so that's a bad for a shy waffle.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is.
Okay, so one of the things is that I have to go plant seeds.
Where?
Some steep? I don't know.
By the way, you do know how to refresh quest markers, yes?
Yeah, I have a feeling that I've never been to this, to where this is wanting me to go, because there's no marker on the map for it at all.
These things aren't doing a goddamn thing to my mouth. It's funny.
Okay, I'm off again. Sorry, I had to defeat 80 of your people. Now I must go.
Well, where the fuck is Dora Fonte? Where the fuck was Dora Fonte? I can't remember where the hell she was. Was she in Hydel?
I don't
think
remember.
She was in Hydel.
Don't remember.
Oh, fuck. That's another thing I forgot to point out, is you can actually normally use your world map to tell where a quest giver is. Normally.
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't know where this quest wants me to go at all.
right there. So what quest are you on?
The harvesting wheat.
It didn't give you a location in the quests. By the way, this is another reason why reading the quests is kind of a requirement.
No, it didn't give a location specifically.
Harvesting wheat, then you have to find an area that has wheat.
Okay, I'm heading on over to the plantation then.
Oh god. I'm gonna have to rest my ankle tonight.
Hold on. I think I know a couple nodes that have wheat.
Yeah, the plantation does.
Oh, the plantation does? Okay.
Yeah, the plantation does because I've been there several times. The plantation definitely has wheat.
Hello, Rainbow. We're doing pretty good.
Hello.
And that is my Xbox losing its shit because my game is lagging the fuck out of it. I think I don't have enough space anymore for processing power enough for this game.
Gemstones cannot be bargained with. All the gemstones that I carry have that much value. If you spend
Alright.
much time on foot, try a gemstone that makes you lighter.
Let's just add to my
There
beer
are ones
collection.
that increase your luck.
Really?
I now have filtering for beginners.
Oh, this is gonna irritate the crap out of me.
What?
Invisible nothingness, that's what it is. And now I can't
invisible
move.
walls.
I can't move. I'm trying. I'm literally just kind of standing here now. No, stay on the path.
Bitch.
Are you having fun, Chris?
I have to wait for
sure.
dude to open his shop.
Almost ran past me.
Huh?
He almost ran past me. Chris is trying to keep up with me right now.
Not trying
By
to.
the way, folks, the daily live streams that are going, or the Monday through Friday live streams, after Sekiro, I actually have a couple platformer games that I want to play, and almost every single one of them is furry friendly because almost every single one of these platformers centers around a fox.
Oh, good lord.
Actually, I think one of them actually centers around a wolf. So cute. The other side to them is they're all literally on the Creators Club on Xbox Live, which is essentially the Xbox One equivalent of the indie market from the Xbox 360 era.
Why are you breaking things?
There's bees in the town. I'm just helping them.
Wait,
Yes,
your birthday
quote
is December
unquote
3rd?
helping them.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Remind me I have to send him something. Nim. By the way, hey guys, I will be giving you information on where we are staying at BLFC.
Okay.
With the number of people that are coming, we all need to coordinate because rooms can only have 5 people, or I think 4 or 5 people total. And my side of it already pretty much fills a room. I think 4 is the maximum allowed, and it's usually me, Chris, and Avia, which means our room can house one other person. You guys are going to have to find a room and essentially split the cost between you and whoever else you bunk with. Out of the family, I mean. The places we go are usually the cheapest areas around, so let's put it this way.
Chris,
For
you can
the
stop following me. You're actually
entire
making me
weekend-
nervous right now.
For the entire weekend, last year, I think it was $150 per person. Or no, I think it was closer to $200 per person.
What was that?
Yeah, it was about $200 per person for a full room.
Whoa, okay. By the way, Kit, I am where I need to be. I just need to
Okay, it says, and I'm looking at this, it says that he told you to install a fence and Serendia Steep.
Yes, that's if you want to do it the long way. That would literally take hours for you to complete. And that's Serendia's step.
I don't have a pickaxe. So I'm going to Heidel to get a pickaxe.
Okay. While you guys do that, and while I'm waiting, I'm gonna figure out where the fuck my merchant's wagon is. I'm gonna go pick up my
Seed
merchant's wagon.
Wonder,
There's nothing quite like
Old Moon Manager.
Wichita is in Tariff. Okay.
Is someone named literally Wichita?
No, that's the name of my... the Wichita is my... wagon. When is BLFC? BLFC is in Reno, and it's usually in, I believe, June? Or wait, no. April, March, April, May. Yeah, it's usually June. It usually falls on Mother's Day weekend, let's put it that way.
Oh, my mother is gonna be so upset.
I've actually tried to get my mother to go with. I think she'd have a blast. Biggie Chungus. Or Biggie Chungs. Hello.
April 30th to May 3rd, 2020.
Oh, okay. Wait, it's April what now?
30th to May, March 3rd. Wait. You're making me second guess myself now. God damn it.
Hold on, I'll look it up. That's not...
April
No.
30th to May 3rd, 2020.
That's...
Yeah, that means I'm gonna have to figure out how to attend BLFC this year on, like, $500 total. Or BLFC.
Oh, great.
Yeah, April 30th, 30th to May 3rd.
Told you.
Great.
It was a pain in the ass, by the way, because of the fact that the only two I go to are BLFC and FC. They usually fall within 4 or 5 months of each other. Usually, it's towards the end of May to beginning of June. But apparently, they've gone a complete month sooner this year. Probably because they're collaborating with FC this year as well on their theme.
Probably.
They're trying this new thing they're doing here on West Coast, which is essentially interplay between West Coast conventions. So the theme is identical, and the storyline behind both of those conventions have this storyline for each of their conventions for the theme. These storylines essentially are interconnected this time.
Great.
So it's a little weird. Usually the storyline pops up in, like, the convention book. They have a full section of storyline in the convention's handbook. You literally get them for attending. But apparently this year some of the events are supposed to coincide as well. Do I go to school or do I full-time stream? I'm actually in college. So, even if streaming full-time was my job, and technically it kind of is, I do make money off of it. Even if it was my job, even if I was making enough to survive, I'd still be going to school. Reason being is, if there's ever a moment where my channel dies or I, have to stop streaming or have to stop relying on this, I don't want to be in a situation where it's the only thing I'm qualified to do is flip fucking burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be horrifying.
So I'm mildly irritated at the moment.
Is just a start.
Let's remote collect Rushmore, and let's pull out Wichita. And there's Wichita. Okay, there's the trade manager. I'm going to run a little bit of cargo while these guys are doing quests.
I will murder her with my own hands.
So let's buy...
Okay, I am getting a little bit irritated by this right now.
What's that?
There are 3 farms here, all 3 state that they do wheat. Not one of them is currently actually doing anything with wheat that I can do anything with.
You have to keep looking, kiddo.
At least not the 2 that I've been to so far. I'm getting ready to head to the 3rd one.
Okay, doke. Which is all. I have 300 pounds left.
Question. Where do you get the bird meat?
By killing birds. Very specifically, I believe the cuckoos. Do you specifically need to get bird meat?
Butcher cuckoo bird, give cuckoo bird meat.
It gives you a specific animal. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the quest box, select that quest, and hit A. It'll line you up to go to where the cuckoos are.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not Canadian. I actually live in the U.S. in California. I don't think anyone here is Canadian.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, no,
At least I don't
think anyone
think
in
I
our group
am.
is Canadian. How do I like
At least I
America?
don't think
I
I'm Canadian.
grew up here, so I'm kind of biased. But at the same time, I don't like the way my state is changing. I don't like the way my state has essentially gone and started essentially making these extremely weird laws that make it to where if, you know, good example, we passed a law recently that essentially extends universal health care to literally every single solitary person in the world, not just in our state. So they're encouraging people to immigrate illegally by giving them free healthcare. They're talking about trying to make a free housing group or free housing thing for illegal immigrants here. And it's just, we're overpopulated as is. And now they're encouraging more people to come here. It feels like my state's government has gone absolutely fucking crazy.
That's because it has.
And realistically, we have people leaving the state in droves. There have been, no, actually, politically, I'm a centrist. Right now, I kind of don't...
Okay.
I don't lean either way when it comes to Democrat or Republican. I think both have good ideas, but I think both also have people who are extremely fucked up in the head and probably need therapy. So, that's a thing. So.
Okay, so I know where I need to go. I just need a butcher's knife now. Which I should have bought while I was there.
But yeah, no.
Like you, because there's literally nothing I can do about this questline. It's not giving me a destination or anything.
Hey, Biggie, let me point something out. And anything, you may have to do the long route.
Yeah, I may have to, but that still doesn't help me because it's not giving me where I need to go at all. There is no
you need to
destination
get
route.
no, you have an item called fence. You got it as a reward from one of your prior quests. You also have something called a greasy seed.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though. Give you a good idea of how I stand politically. I'm kind of a pro-free speech individual. However, I also believe that what's referred to as, I believe, the fisticuffs law should exist in cases where people decide to abuse free speech to intentionally piss somebody off. So, let's say somebody starts using their freedom of speech to start spouting racist remarks. The fisticuffs law was a law that back in the day meant you couldn't be arrested for brawling with somebody if they started the brawl. Something like walking up and insulting somebody was equivalent to saying, you and me right now, we're gonna fight. So, if somebody came up and went above and beyond to insult you, you could sit there and clock them in the face, and the police couldn't do anything to you unless you went above and beyond to do bodily harm. So in other words, somebody calls you something racist or sexist, you can clock them in the face and not get arrested. However, it also had to be one of those, you know, I'm going to clock you in the face and not break your nose. Or there were limits to what you were allowed to do. You couldn't just, you know, bash somebody in the head with a chair.
Can
It allowed
install
people
in
to
a
respond
safe
without
zone.
getting in trouble.
Okay,
Um,
so you're telling me not to install it, period, because I can't install it out in the fighting area either.
no, you have to be in, like, a safe zone.
No, I can't actually install it inside of a safe zone. It's not letting me.
Yeah, see, Biggie, the problem with that is, yes and no. Because the fisticuffs law was kind of a thing. It was left to the discretion of the authority figure currently dealing with the situation. So if somebody, say, insulted you and the cops didn't think it was enough to justify you, you know, trying to punch them in the face, if the cops said no, you can still get arrested. Like, if the cops didn't think it was enough to justify, you know, clocking the person, they could still arrest you.
You came to see me. I guess you're pretty good at sensing where the money is.
It also kind of encouraged people to think, you know, is it really worth it to do this? I mean, I can, but is it worth it? Am I really in the right here? It was actually an active law up until I was in, I think, high school. Yeah, that's actually kind of why I liked the idea of having the fisticuffs law, as well as, you know, allowing for freedom of speech. Because it really did come down, it really does come down to boiling to, it pretty much did boil down to semantics. You could be completely in the right or think you're completely justified, and the cop's gonna look at you and go, you didn't have the right to do this. You just clocked somebody for stating an opinion. We're gonna take you down instead. I actually liked when that law was in effect. I had a situation when I was, I believe in junior high. Somebody decided to come up and start, you know, I believe he was insulting my mother, like, every couple of minutes. And I eventually just turned around and clocked him. So when the police got involved, because, you know, blood was drawn, because I actually clocked him hard enough to draw blood, the police stepped in, talked to both of us, and it turned out I was in the right, because this guy was following me, antagonizing me, insulting my mother, and apparently some of the things he said that other people had heard and had testified to were actually anti-gay. Which, given the fact that I was, at the time, openly gay, they gave that to me as essentially, yeah, it's a justified punch to the nose. And they actually lectured him instead of arresting me, and they flat out told him, we're gonna let him go. If you don't want this to happen again, don't be an asshole. So, that was fun. That was a thing. So,
I'm
Anyways.
supposed to...
probably onto a you know, less hefty topic. Look at it, Ernie. And then... Anyways, your tiny thing...
I got a bar of gold.
What?
Has you had to do long way?
I'm gonna have to. I can't do it any other way right now. It's not allowing me to. I can't even do it the long way because it's not allowing me to install it anywhere.
Hold on. You should be able to install it
I
relatively
cannot
close
be-
to where you got the fence from. But
I don't
give me
know.
a second.
All I know is it tells me that I can't be in a safe place. Or a
Give me
safe
a
zone because
second.
it won't let me install it there.
Give me a second.
That's not the button I fucking wanted. That's not the one I wanted either. Okay, because that's totally what I
A
wanted
tiny
right now.
thing. Calm down. How to use. Fences cannot be installed in a town, city, or safe zone. After moving to the desired area, the fence is installed by right-clicking the icon. Okay, so it cannot be in a town, city, or safe zone, which means roads are technically off limits. You have to go out into essentially a combat area.
Yeah, I know.
Question, how do you do polished stone?
That would be
Why
in
is
processing.
another thing highlighted? What
If you
is
press start
highlighted
processing
right
is the
now?
hammer-looking thing. Top row.
I know, but what do I need to create polished stone?
The hell, Biggie? Okay. Also, rainbow fruit and cream cheese. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, actually, I have had that problem a couple times, Freeman. Really, though, that's not so much... Usually when I drink something and it makes me start coughing, it's less because the liquid hit the back of my throat and more because, it went down the wrong pipe. And instead of going to the,
Why is...
tube that leads to your stomach, it wound
Okay,
up going to
whatever.
the tube that leads to your lungs, and your body goes, nope. Cinch everything down. Cough.
How do you make polished stone?
I just said, fuck it, I
why
might
it's
eat a
not
sandwich and
allowing
have
me-
fruit. Wait, what did you do?
Because... I have it set up, but now I can't do anything with it because it's not allowing me to. I can't plant anything in it at all.
Biggie?
Bye, Biggie.
Yeah.
That was an argument from how many months ago, and this person decided to come back and start talking about it?
Don't know.
Either way, I warned back then that if they kept it up, it would lead to a permanent ban from the channel, so there we go. Sorry, man, you have no one to blame but yourself.
Uwu justice. Uwu juice. Sorry, I just
Wait,
looked into
uwu
the
juice?
chat. I just looked into the server chat, and someone's name is Uwu Juice. Thought I should mention that.
Yeah, no, I know. But Skunk, this is one of the things I was talking about with the furry fandom essentially mimicking real life. Is because we have an entire generation that we're dealing with right now that is currently teaching another generation the same shit they learn, and that is that if somebody disagrees with you, that it's literally them being violent against you, and it's... What the hell? That's not something that anybody should actually believe.
I believe that's my mother's generation and my generation.
No, your mother's generation would probably be the same as my generation.
Yes.
No. This is squarely on your generation.
Hey. Hey.
No. My generation didn't have this issue. My generation was all gay rights and, we're okay with the idea of hate speech laws. No. The people that go further and essentially say it's violence when somebody disagrees and tries to have you arrested for disagreeing, that's squarely on your generation, kiddo.
You know
As
what?
parents, my generation fucked up and taught their kids that, it's not okay for other people to disagree with you, because if they do in certain circumstances, it's hate speech. Your generation is now teaching their kids that literally anything and everything that somebody says that is against what you believe is hate speech and is legitimately violence and gives you the right to, one, retaliate, and two, try to have them put in prison, which...
I would like to say that some of my generation is doing that. Because I'm not one to do that. I don't have children yet.
See, this is why I'm okay with talking about politics, is because when I'm talking about politics with people who understand, that it's okay for other people to disagree, it's an interesting time. I don't mind political debate. It's when I start debating with somebody who believes that anyone disagreeing with them is literally violence that I have an more interesting time, because at that point I just feed them rope until they get to a point of, being or admitting to so many absolutely bullshit concepts, and then I just point out the single flaw in everything that's that they've been ranting about, and more often than not, it causes their brain to go click, and all you hear is I've done this on more than one occasion too, by the way.
Seriously, I can debate with Kit for a while. I just choose not to.
Yeah. And
politics.
realistically, when it comes to politics, I'm completely a policy kind of person. I'm not okay with the idea of a government-sanctioned "you are not allowed to say this" list, because to me that is, it's against rights that all people should have. But at the same time, I'm not all for, arresting people that haul off and sock someone for, deciding to harass somebody using said free speech. I'm also, on the flip side of that, the kind of person that I believe everyone should have a right to assemble, everyone should have a right to protest. The moment your protest causes someone else actual damage or causes bodily harm, your rights end there and the police need to step in. So I'm okay with peaceful protest. I was a human rights activist in the early 2000s. I'm all for protest. It's a good way to change shit. It's a good way to make sure that, the country runs smoothly. If it's done peacefully. The minute we get people like, the Antifa weenies, that's when things start getting stupid, and in my opinion, I believe the police should have stepped in where Antifa is involved a lot sooner than they have, and with a lot harsher extremes, because I'm sorry. We had people like that when I was an activist, and do you know what people like that caused?
Riots.
Death. I actually remember...
Death is another...
No, I actually remember a situation that I was in when we were going up against Prop 8 when I was freaking, I think, 16 years old. I'm so glad this is one of the protests that I did not drag Chris to, because if I had dragged Chris to it, more than likely we would have both wound up dead. Because it was the one time that I've had to deal with somebody firing a gun into a crowd that I am part of the crowd. And that is terrifying as shit. I legit watched 3 or 4 people go down from the shooter before the police stepped in and dropped an entire clip into the guy's chest. Now it's, I guarantee you, if a member of Antifa starts shooting, the police won't step in until they've killed 4 or 5 people.
No.
When I was protesting Prop 8, it was legit within seconds of him starting to fire. He was dead because the police stepped in. And we're talking, these were riot officers. Some of them had non-lethal. Some of them were packing M16s and fucking MP5s. There was no, we're gonna wait and see how this turns out. It is the second you hear gunfire, you identify the shooter and you take him down. Prop 8 was, in California, a amendment to the state constitution that removed the rights of homosexuals to marry. It also removed the rights of any homosexual to adopt a child, and would annul any marriage that had been allowed prior to Prop 8's inception. So quite literally, it was the first amendment in the state constitution that stripped the rights of a particular type of person. And since I had a vested interest in that because I kind of want to be able to marry my fiancée, I became an activist. 99% of the freaking groups or gatherings that I went to were 100% violence-free. Instead of screaming, rioting, and destroying property, we legit had signs, normal protesters. The number of people that came up to me and said, well, I don't understand what you guys are doing here. What's this protest about? And sat and listened as I explained what was going on and went, I kind of want to join in. The number of people I've dealt with like that, fucking countless. Ah. Silverfish skin.
Excuse me.
I still have room.
By the way, I'm doing hideout quests.
Okay, doke. 6. Nope, only 5.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in these quests, but...
And Prop 8 actually did not get overturned. Originally, it took a couple years for us to get it overturned. And one of the things I remember is I worked for a group called the Human Rights Campaign, which, if you guys know, if you guys follow politics, the HRC was essentially founded by Democrats, but became a bipartisan thing shortly after its creation. And I actually worked for them as a activist, and one of the... Hello, the man. So do we. But one of the things I remember when I was working with the Human Rights Campaign was, because Prop 8 was not going to be overturned initially at state level, we were bringing the campaign to federal level, and I had somebody from the HRC actually approach me and say, if you're willing to come with us, we will bring you to Washington, D.C. for this protest for this number of months. We will pay for your room, we will pay for your board, you don't have to worry about any expenses. Are you willing to do this? And if I hadn't been in school at the time, I was still in high school, I would have gone. I flat out would have gone and just said, fuck it. I will do this, because the people that went to that particular gathering for the HRC were the ones that essentially helped get laws put into place that made it illegal for states to discriminate against somebody because of their sexuality, which meant things like Prop 8 could never exist again. That was also the same group that worked with the Obama administration towards the beginning of their towards the beginning of Obama's first term, that got things like Don't Ask, Don't Tell overturned. So how do I feel about abortion? Under certain circumstances, I think it's okay. Under most circumstances where people essentially use it as a form of birth control, I think that's murder. I can understand abortion if carrying the child to term would hurt the mother, if it was a product of rape or what have you. If somebody just decided, oh, I don't want anybody, or I don't want the person I'm with to wear condoms, and they get knocked up as a byproduct, I don't believe they should be able to then go and say, I'm just going to get an abortion, it's easier. Because that actually leads to things like people believing, oh, it's not a child until it's actually born. Late-term abortion is fine. No, it's not. Alright. Hey Freeman, we actually have the Sekiro stream tonight as well. So if you're not back by the end of this stream, after an hour after the stream ends, we're going to be doing another one. Yeah, no, very much so. And there are states that... There was a state senator that tried to have a law passed in their state that would allow what they called late-term abortion that equaled... Essentially, if the child has been born, you had up to 2 months to abort the child after birth. And I'm sitting here going, you're trying to pass a law that literally means that a parent can have their child that was just born injected with sedatives and killed. You can't say it's a clump of cells anymore at that point. Yeah. Anyways, again, off of this particular topic, because one, this particular topic can get me in a lot of trouble on YouTube, and two, it's one that I tend to rant a lot about, so.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm at the point where I'm going to need help, and you've been talking like that for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying a different topic.
Because I'm not kidding right now, I am to the point of I'm ready to just go kill something. Because I'm so irritated by this. I cannot plant a single damn seed, and it's driving me up the fucking wall.
Have you been able to set up the fence?
Yes, it is set up. I cannot plant a seed. A single freaking seed.
Would you like to know the process by which you need to plant?
I would, actually. That's what I've been trying to figure out. It won't tell me anywhere.
How to plant seeds. I figured out last night after being stumped for so long, so don't feel bad. Hold left trigger when facing your fence, while next to it or standing inside, and you should see the interaction menu appear. So without your weapons out, hold left trigger while aiming at the fence.
Yeah, because I tried that before and it didn't show up. I actually have to be looking inside the fence while standing in the fence.
Okay. Then that's what you have to do.
Because I tried that before.
Okay. Did it work this time or no?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. So you've got your seed planted?
19 minutes, 53 seconds. 20 seconds.
Okay.
20 minutes.
Okay.
I've been literally standing inside this plot, staring at it, trying that, and it didn't work. Literally
It's-
20
it's
fucking
a pain
minutes
in the
trying
ass.
that after I got it set up.
It's a pain in the ass, but it is worth it in the end. There's my beer.
We do play Sea of Thieves. It's, I believe, on schedule for next year.
I believe so, yes. Oh yeah, no, Sea of Thieves is one of the things. One of the things we do for these streams is we put it to a vote what the people want to see. I believe the games we're going to be playing next year are going to be Fallout 76, Rainbow Six Siege, GTA, and Sea of Thieves. So, yeah, we still play Sea of Thieves.
Question: how do you get pumpkins?
Find a pumpkin patch.
I am at a pumpkin patch. How do I get the pumpkins?
Look around at the
From the-
pumpkins. Eventually, you'll find one that allows you, that actually has a labeled pumpkin, that has a interaction menu and allows you to gather. A good idea is have a freaking scythe in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the wrong thing. I went and bought a hoe, even though I am one.
Dork. Anyways, I am going to say this. Lizzie, looking at the pumpkins, especially if you're in the pumpkin patch that I think you're in, be careful you don't harvest the pumpkin geist instead.
Yeah, pumpkin geists are fun.
Because there's like 4 or
They're
5
kind
of
of
them over there.
Kind of a mild annoyance.
Oh, I know where they are. Oh, I know where they are. I had a thing to kill them.
And yeah, Rainbow Six is pretty fun. We actually have a team that's been
I play it.
practicing, you know, every here and there to try to get better. So we've been practicing at it since I'm brand new to Rainbow Six Siege.
I'm not.
Apparently,
Well,
apparently, so were a couple of the other people that started playing it recently in our group. Otter, I believe, was to an extent. And if memory serves, wasn't Aaron a relatively low level? Like, I know he played it, he just didn't
yes,
play it
I
often.
believe. He plays it, like, he played it when it first came out, and he
Yeah,
just
and stopped playing.
is off and on playing.
Well, no, it's not
I'm
because it's not
trying to be-
monetizable, it's because the topics skunk can lead to certain things that aren't supposed to be said on YouTube. It's not a problem of being monetizable, it's a problem of being flaggable. There are just certain
Why
things
would
you
I
can't
get-
talk about on YouTube. If you do, your channel can get flagged. So, it is a thing. It's one of the reasons
How do
why
I
I
get
try to
scythe?
stay family friendly and try to keep politics out of things. The gray muzzle rants are usually the exception. It's where I talk about things like politics, but usually it's I get political in another way. I kind of talk about inter-fandom politics or in-fandom politics. Hey, cool. Do you play on Xbox
How
or
do
do
I
you
get a
play on
scythe?
PC? Cool. Well, settle into our Discord, message me after the stream, and give me your gamer tag.
Where do I get a scythe?
From the same store you... Or wait, is it called a scythe or is it called a hoe? It's called a hoe.
God! You made me go all the way back. think I have.
Hi,
God.
Claire.
Love you, Papa.
I'm grinning so much right now, it kind of hurts.
Just,
That was funny.
just love you, Papa. Love you, Papa. Just,
Papa, you're insane.
Yes, I know. Yeah, some of our older streams, in fact, a lot of our older streams, actually may be getting removed from the channel because I'm considering removing some of the streams, or at very least separating some of the streams that we did prior to getting the actual capture card. Things like, well, the first things we streamed live on YouTube, one of them I believe was Subnautica. I was thinking of actually removing Subnautica and redoing the game, because they've added so fucking much.
Your son
That
is having a
sounds
moment.
That would be Frost. A way to describe it is, I think you could call him my alter ego. But yeah, no,
Okay.
if you watch enough, you'll find that Frost and I have two completely different personalities.
okay, let's do this.
Which confuses the hell out of some people, because to me, Frost is not... Frost is a completely separate person. So. And to quite a few people, actually. I shit you not. Most of the people in my family here have, we've had conversations about Frost, and in the back of my head I can hear him chiming in, and just, it gets weird.
Hopefully
yeah.
he doesn't get... Hopefully he doesn't chime in on the adult stuff.
No, he doesn't. Actually, he tends to shy away from adult content or adult conversations. One of the reasons being is, one of the reasons his voice is so squeaky or so high is because he's only 11 years old.
Good. Wouldn't discard the child.
He actually is 11 years old where I'm 31. When I'm 32, he'll be 12. So.
Where is the pumpkins? Why can't I pick any of you?
I believe the term that most people use for this particular phenomenon is characterization.
You can't find a pumpkin and you're at...
Oh, wait. What the hell?
Hey, cool, Randall.
Why? Why you do this? Why you do this to me?
I said be careful of pumpkin geist.
No.
I'll put it this way,
Why?
Lizzie. The pumpkins that you
Why?
want to harvest look like some of the small pumpkins that you would see around Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the mini pumpkins.
Yep, that's
Which
kind of what I'm looking for.
you do realize the giant pumpkins that we usually
The carvable
carve.
ones.
You know, the giant pumpkins we carve on Halloween aren't actually the pumpkins that we were initially designed to eat. In fact, those ones are hybridized. Naturally, pumpkins are only about the size of a football.
Yeah, and see, we used to when I was in school, used to carve
Okay, so
the,
I don't really know how it
smaller
came about.
ones.
I don't really know how it came about, but if you look back through my channel, there are records of how Frost came to be who he is, or you know, there were even moments when I actually have a series on the channel called The Birth of Frost.
Yeah, Walmart has a machine.
So that's a thing. But I don't know. I guess I figured he was just something I wanted to bring to life, or someone I wanted to bring to life. So, yay. That's actually one of the reasons why in an upcoming series that we're making, you guys will see that the interplay between me and Frost is kind of interesting. I treat him a bit like one of my kids.
I'm literally just sitting here because the next best thing I could do is go on the other side of the fence, the stone fence, and just start clicking on the lookouts and stuff.
It's not
in
letting me
wheat
give the
garden or in wheat
pumpkins.
farm.
It's not letting me give the pumpkins to Alejandro.
By the way, what you guys are hearing from the other people here,
Frustration, irritation.
I think the term you're looking for would be witch hunting. Saying furries are into crusades is kind of like saying, you know... Actually, that would be incorrect, really. I don't know many furries who are actually into the crusades. I just know a lot of people who kind of think of themselves as crusaders, in the sense that they want to essentially take over the fandom and dictate who is and is not welcome. So, that's kind of the thing.
Do I have to have like 10?
And I've actually seen people do that a lot in my time in the community. And I've actually been a furry for...
What?
I've actually been a furry since I was 10 years old. Like I said, I'm 31.
And see how many you need. It should say in the quest box.
It said 5. I have 8.
5?
I have 8.
Are you trying to give it to them as in turn in the quest, or are you using the chat function?
I am trying to give it to them as in turn in the quests.
No, it's the turn it in part is in chat. Not in
Yeah,
the
you
chat,
have to
but
use
if
the
you
chat
look at
function.
the bubbles down below when you're interacting with an NPC, there should be one that says either talk or chat.
You have everything you need. I'll say again.
This is the aggravation you guys hear from people in this particular stream is the learning process for questing outside of the main quests.
Let's not forget the fact that one of us had to take special classes because she has a hard time reading.
The joke there are some people who treat being furry as a religion, some as a joke, and some literally. The people who take it more literal, though, aren't considered, furry. There's a name for that particular religion. It's called Therianism. There are, however, groups of furries that have made a joke of saying that furry should be a religion. I believe Two Griffin was one of the ones that actually kind of fleshed out what the religion would be like. And it involved a very particular god, the Great Giraffe.
Really?
It's really, really freaking
bring
hard
that
to
up?
explain. Give me a second.
Why was that a thing?
Wait. Oh. Wait. Hang on.
Papa.
Am I supposed to... Wait, what am I supposed to be doing here? What am I supposed to be doing here?
Sorry, one of my roommates came in to ask a question. Oh, and I forgot to unmute one of my microphones. There we are. But yeah, no. In my case, personally, furry is more of a lifestyle, less of a religion. I actually do follow the druidic religion. Sparky, you're stuck. You were the one that wanted to come in here. You're stuck now. You're in here until the end of the stream. You got 10 minutes.
So,
10 minutes.
question.
Question mark?
Is my family supportive of me being a furry? Really, the only person in my family, in my biological family, that matters to me anymore is my mother. And yeah, she knows I'm a furry. She knows about Frost, and she's actually one of the reasons why, when I was younger, I was able to, talk about this sort of thing, and why I'm so open about it now. So, the rest of my biological family knows I'm a furry. Yes, most of them do not. Good example. My brother thinks it's a sickness, and my father just straight doesn't understand it. He's admitted to me, or he admitted to me when I was younger that he didn't understand it, and he probably never would, because he didn't want to try. To him, it was something that just made no sense.
Hey, that sounds familiar.
Well, honestly,
Give you an example.
I would rather
Give you an
him
example.
say that and have that mindset than, try to fake it, for lack of a better example.
Yeah.
I would rather him be honest than, say, I fully support this, whatever it is.
Yeah, see, and this is where I'm going to flat say, my mother, you will never hear me say anything else outside of this about my mother. My mother saw that I was a furry and said, I want to know more, but I don't want you to be one.
Yeah. Parents like that bug me.
She was also the same person who told me that she wished I was more like my sister, whom I don't like.
Yeah. Well, you and I have already established that your mother was a bitch. Oh.
And I just keep proving it more and more with the more you guys find out about her.
Yeah.
So-
But anyways, no. Most of my family knows about Frost. My mother is really the only person who matters to me, and she thinks she's adorable. My brother has flat out told me that if I were to ever, bring the furry thing up around his kids, he would have me arrested as a pedophile. And I'm sitting here going, this from the man who went to prison because he supposedly fucked a 16-year-old. So. And for the record, I'm gonna put this just in there because he does watch these streams on occasion. No, he's not a pedophile. No, he didn't actually do that. After his conviction, more information came to light that essentially made his accuser look really bad. Because she apparently had accused 5 other people of doing this. All of them had been people that had slighted her. And the way she would do it was she would talk her little sister into accusing them for her and would pay her to do it.
No.
Yeah, she got in a lot of deep shit after the fact as well.
No.
She wound up with, I
No.
think, 6 years in prison.
See,
So that's
I
the thing.
seriously dislike pedophiles on a mental level,
Oh, hell yeah, no. So do I.
but what I hate more is somebody falsely accusing somebody of being a pedo.
Well,
Plain
yeah,
and
so
simple.
do I, but I'm also kind of one of those people that recognizes the fact that there are some people that have that particular urge who have managed to stop themselves or who go to great lengths to make sure they never act on it. Those people, I'm fine with. It's the people that act on it. It's people need self-control. It's one thing to think something that's messed up. It's another thing to do it. It's another thing entirely to do it.
Okay, we need to change the subject again. I don't
Yeah.
care where
Yes.
this hop goes. We need to change the subject, like, now.
Yes.
Tiny thing is getting
No,
stuck
I'm not
and I don't
delivering
like
pizza.
it.
I don't think, actually. What am I delivering?
I think think my
horoscope
rock
crystal
buddy
balls.
killed him.
So, in other words, my back end is literally
Rainbow!
loaded with balls.
Rainbow!
But yeah, no, my mom found out I was a furry roughly the same time she found out I was gay, which was, I think 12 years old? Because I remember at 12 or 13 years old, I just said, fuck it, gauged my right ear, and started wearing rainbow everything. That's also around the time I cross-dressed. You know, I was a cross-dresser for like 8 years.
Oh gosh. Oh wait, no, I need to give the meat to a worker.
There was at
Are
one
you
point
a
where I
worker?
actually...
No, you're a villager.
Oh, my dad thinks it's fine. My brother doesn't understand it. He's asked me questions, but realistically, he's fine with it as well. The only problem we've had with my family and being gay was more of a knee-jerk reaction because my dad is kind of one of those old world guys. When I was 14 or 15 years old, I was staying over at his house visiting, and my boyfriend stopped by, and, well...
Things got busy.
We didn't think my dad was home. He came home before we finished and walked in on us, and then grabbed the shotgun and chased the guy down the street. Now, after the fact, a couple months after, he pointed out to me that he didn't do it because I was gay or because we were both guys. He did it because that's how he would have treated the boyfriend of any of his daughters. And my brain kind of just went, so you see me more as a daughter than a son. I actually put this to him. I actually put this to him and said, so you actually see me more as a daughter than a son. And his first response was, you take a dick better than any guy I've ever seen. So yeah, I consider you more like a woman.
I didn't
I'm sorry,
disappear
but
for a
I
minute.
expected him to say that.
And
You
I'm
say he's
sorry,
more
it was
old
weird
thinking,
hearing
and
that
I'm
from
like,
my
okay,
dad.
This is gonna go a very funny way.
It was weird hearing that from my dad, but I understood why, because my oldest brother went through a phase where he thought he was gay. And my dad apparently walked in on him and one of his partners too. And it was... For them it was more awkward because it was more of a... My brother found out at that point that he did not enjoy that sort of thing. So it was less of a, you know, coming out moment and more of a, he figured out, you know, through experimentation that it's not for him. So my dad walked in on my brother, it was awkward as shit. My dad only walked in on me and my partner at the time because, well, he could hear what we were doing from the driveway. So that was a thing. My room was soundproofed, by the way, and he could still hear it.
Oh god, I'm too busy dying over here. I need a minute.
Oh my god. Yeah, no.
Oh dear lord.
The interesting things that we talk about on these streams. Oh my god.
I'm just glad I don't live with my parents.
No. We weren't just kissing. I'm sorry, sucking face ain't that loud.
Wait,
Oh.
is that response to me?
No.
No, the man asked, were we just kissing or ... and no. It was, let's put it this way. My bed was near the window. The guy I was with at the time, his name was Chris, and no, it's not the same Chris. Not demonic. Chris literally, all he had to do to get out of the house was grab his pants and jump out that window. So...
Okay, God, okay. I'm just saying, I'm glad my parents don't live with my parents. When I got my BD,
Oh god, yeah, no. That's actually how my mom figured it out. Thankfully, she didn't catch me with anybody, but, she didn't so much intercept a package, but she found one around the house. I had completely forgotten, that I had been cleaning it, and the way you clean toys like that is boil them. And she literally came home to what she thought was some kind of stew on the stove, and instead it was, you know, a pot full of dicks. That's when it fully dawned on her. I had told her prior that I was, but I don't think it really dawned on her until that exact moment that I wasn't kidding.
I think she was like, "Oh sure, yeah, whatever." Came home, saw the pot of dicks, and was like, "Oh."
Oh, no.
Alrighty then.
She had been told that I was gay really, really far prior. That was when I was like 18. No, correction, that was when I was 17. I came out of the closet to my mom at like age 12 or 13. Because it was around the same time that I started the whole rebellious phase. When it came to that, it was one day a switch just got popped, and it went from, you know, I'm okay with trying to be with women to, okay, that's it. I'm announcing it.
Nope.
Tits fucking frighten me. I can't understand them. I don't see any appeal to them. And I'd much rather be the one taking it. So, rainbows everywhere! I shit you not, I engaged my right ear that day. That barrel stud, which is what that's called, that you saw on my ear, I used to have a set of rainbow rings literally hanging off of that. I had a rainbow necklace with a ring for every color of the rainbow that I wore. I had rainbow tie-dye shirts. I at one point had rainbow shoes, let's put it that way. It wasn't a very quiet, hi, I'm gay. It was, hello world, look at my rainbows! Oh, man.
Oh, good lord.
I vaguely remember telling somebody who was queer bashing me at school that, you know, being gay was, or they thought being gay was a sin and this, that, the other thing, that I'm a horrible person because I like guys, and it's, my response was legitimately, hey bitch, I'm here, I'm queer, get used to it or get the fuck out of my school. Oh, somebody actually asked a little bit about, you know, somebody asked if, I think it was, the original thing that started this conversation was, do my family know that I'm a furry and are they okay with Frost? And that led to, I had mentioned that, you know, my mom found out that I was both a furry and gay around the same time. And then it, you know, came up as a, you know, how I came out kind of story. Oh, neither am I, realistically. I don't wear much rainbow clothing anymore. I actually, like, I removed the rings from my barrel stud because they were too heavy, weirdly enough. It caused a headache. And I I'm comfortable enough in my sexuality that I don't have to broadcast it that way anymore. But I mean, if somebody asks, I'll gladly tell them, yeah, I'm about as gay as the universe is wide.
So, I had a talk with my grandmother.
Actually, Skunk, I prefer furry shirts, but all my furry shirts are dirty. And no, not dirty as in fucking X-rated. I mean dirty as
No,
in
I
need
was
to do
about to say
I
something
need to do a load of clothing.
I was about to say something else, but okay. Anyways, I had a talk
Sorry
with my
about that,
grandmother.
Freeman. By the way, guys, we're actually over time for this
Okay.
stream. I just looked at
Wait,
the
we
clock.
are?
Yeah, we're at 3 hours.
No, we're
It's
not.
only
No,
We're
we're
at
not.
3 hours and
It's
6 minutes.
7:07.
It's 5:07, Kit.
Chris,
I was gonna say because it's only 8:07 for me.
It's only 7:07 for me.
Chris. Daylight
What?
savings.
When?
We started at 3, though. It should...
Yeah, no. The recording system I am using says we are currently at 3 hours, 7 minutes. YouTube is
Okay.
stating we're at 3 hours, 7 minutes.
It just feels weird, that's all.
72
Is this-
minutes ago.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's 72 minutes ago. Did your clock not reset or something? Did your computer clock not reset or something?
Fuck it, we'll go for another hour. I think the stream tracker is wonking out on me, so we've still got an hour to go, apparently.
Anyways, yeah, Kit.
I actually used
I
to
haven't
have an
talked-
apron that said Yif the Cook.
Okay. I'm gonna just.
Well, no, I'm going by the tracker that's on the app that I'm using, or the program that I'm using, which is OBS. And OBS says we've been going for 3 hours and 8 minutes.
Chris, is that your mount that I see next to me? Or is that somebody
But I
else?
don't know.
Yes.
I don't know,
I'm
man.
next to you.
We'll find out after the stream. We'll go for another hour, but we'll find out
Oh,
after
I don't
the
see
stream.
anybody on the mount. I'm just looking around. I don't see anybody but the mount.
Weird. I was
Skunk?
right next to them.
You'll
Yeah.
think it's even worse when I point out that for a long chunk of my life, and I still technically am, but for a long chunk of my life, I was a active naturalist. So I only had an apron because I didn't like oil splatter when cooking when I didn't have anything on. So the fact that I was wearing a Yif the Cook apron at that point looked a lot worse. This was also back when it was technically legal. Until I think like 6 or 7 years ago, it was legal to walk around in San Francisco in the entirety of the city with nothing on. It wasn't considered indecent exposure. You could just walk around and be a naturalist. But because too many people abused that, and got really creepy, like, people started getting really creepy about that kind of thing, like 6 or 7 years ago, they, nixed that law. And, yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Hold on.
But anyways.
Grande from on and chopping from Nevos. You're gonna shooting from Flavino. Flavina. Whatever your name is. Flav. I don't know.
And now I have to talk to Lully here.
Okay. So maybe I need to start with you.
My name is Lolly.
Sell all of this.
Okay.
Bye bye, Uncle Chris. Hi, Uncle Chris.
Ash timber. Okay.
Seriously?
So I need to go to.
Okay, so. What the hell?
Wait.
Well, weird.
I don't have any ash wood. Wait.
More thrilling trade missions, by the way.
Okay, I may have to finish doing this off stream.
Yeah, more than likely. It's a giant quest line.
It's not just that, some of this is going to drive me up a wall.
Well, yeah.
And I'm not.
Anyways. But yeah, no, if you guys have any questions about me, I'm pretty much an open book, as you guys can tell already. So, if you have questions during a stream, so long as it's not too personal or too, you know, what's the word? Graphic? I'll usually answer it. God, you guys should see some of the chill streams.
Oh, I need axe. I need an axe.
I have done things on chill streams that were to the point where I had to label the chill streams themselves an adult series, or at very least point out that there are adult episodes in said series. I actually don't necessarily have a favorite color, but if I had to pick one, it would be black.
Black like my soul.
Well, you guys do realize I used to be a goth, or I technically still am a goth.
Yes, I understand.
I mean, I've most of my life been an anti-conformist. It's one of the reasons why I'm not super far left is because I don't like the way they conform. I don't like the requirement that they have to conform or die, essentially. If I don't agree with somebody, I'm not going to sit there and say, well, maybe. I'm going to sit there and go, no, bitch, I don't agree with that, and if you do, oh well, I'm never going to. This is actually why I cannot stand antiphonies. And why
Can
I
I
can't
just say
stand
that
dog
I
patch
don't
press.
agree with either?
What do you mean?
I don't agree with either. I don't agree with either side.
I don't agree with extremists
Just
in
don't.
general. I mean, I will admit, when it comes to politics, Democrats and Republicans, I believe both have some good policies. It's just when you start going too far to either side, when the policies start getting into weird territory like, you know, abortion after birth or required religious studies in school, that's where you start to lose me, because at that point I see that as extremism, and I don't like extremism either. Skunk, I'm kind of the same way. I don't go out of my way at this point to, you know, try to look pretty. I'm just me. I've been told by so many people that they didn't think I was gay because of the way I acted or the way I was dressed, because it's not how they thought a gay man should look or should act, and I'm sitting here going... I'm sorry.
Kit,
I'm sorry. Ask all the people whose dicks I've sucked. Am I gay?
Kit,
What?
do you remember our first interaction?
A little
You
bit,
remember
yeah.
what my first question was?
What? Oh, are you gay?
Something to the effect of, "Are you gay?"
Yeah.
What was
But-
the response I got?
I believe it was, yeah, you should talk to my fiance.
Yeah.
Or correction, it was, yeah, you should
And then
meet
the
my fiance.
question that, the question that followed it was, "How did you know?" And I believe my response was, "I have a lot of gay friends. I think I can tell by now."
Hey, Skunk. Honestly, you're cute. So, me personally,
Did
I
I-
don't try to look pretty. Very specifically because it's not me. I mean, I like rocking a beard. I like wearing kind of grungy clothes. I like printed shirts. But hell, if it's to those who actually want to look pretty, people who want to actively go that extra mile, good on them. For people who don't, it's your choice. Good on it. And Skunk, yeah, you are. I mean, you might not think you are, but you are.
Wait, no. I don't want this. I want ash. Give me ash. No, that's birch. I want your ash.
Well, thank you, Rainbow. Personally,
Yeah.
I just
Give me your
I just
ash,
legit try to
please.
be me at all times. If I think something is comfortable, I'll wear it. If I think something is not comfortable, I'm not going to wear it. This is usually why I don't wear, like, fucking sandals, or why I don't wear, you know, like, dress clothes often. The last thing I enjoy wearing is a suit. I've only ever worn a suit for 3 reasons. One was a job that I didn't last long at. Another was to go to court. And the last was because somebody in my family died and I wanted to go to the funeral. And I wanted to show them the respect they deserve, because
I'm a
at some
merchant.
point in their
I
life,
bargain even in my
they had
dreams.
told me that they thought I would look good in a suit. So I wanted to look good for their funeral. Hey, Trade Apprentice 8.
Trade is the way to go for Velia. The chief has already agreed.
Nah. I like dresses.
And that's entirely fine.
That's all I'm gonna say. I like dresses, I like skirts, I like feminine clothing.
Hmm.
I don't really like having to wear. I mean, I'll wear a pair of jeans because you know it's jeans.
And?
What was I gonna say?
I should
No
point out,
idea.
Skunk, by the way, that when I say somebody is cute or attractive, I usually don't mean just in the physical sense. You've got a nice personality, dude. Quite honestly, I can't see why people, you know, don't see that. I can't see why people don't see that more. Too many people are hung up on, do you look attractive physically? I mean, fuck, I know I don't. At least not to my perception, but, I mean, there are people out there that have come up and said, hey, you're attractive. I shit you not, I had a dude in a pup mask last year while I was in line for something at a convention walk up to me and say, hey, you're really attractive. Okay, thank you. And then he noticed I was with somebody and got this kind of, look. I think he was about to invite me up to his room. So, that would have been adorable too, by the way. Ah, but here's the thing. Skunk, you think I am. I don't. At least not on a physical level. See what I mean, though?
Have I ever asked if you were gay?
No, actually, I'm fairly certain you knew.
Oh.
Because one of your very first...
I was about to say.
One of your very first interactions with me was on live stream. And it was... I do believe one of the things I said was, bitch, let's make this house fabulous. And you just kind of had that moment of, oh, fuck.
Oh god. I think I did have that reaction.
Rainbow, I am right there with you. There are days I have just felt like, you know, I am potato.
Today. Just today. Today has been one of those days where it's just, I am potato.
Oh.
And somebody doesn't
Freeman?
listen.
You shouldn't have told me you were eating because my brain decided to make a joke. Haven't said it yet, but right when you said this is an interesting conversation to listen to while eating spaghetti, my brain instantly thought you should try it while eating cream of some young guy.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm sorry, but God. Oh god. I'm sorry, my new job I'm working at
Skunk,
prevents
that
me from
is
cursing.
literally up to the person looking at you. Again, most people don't think they look good. The people that think they look good are usually narcissists.
Hey, Skunk. You know my grandfather used to tell me before he passed away?
I figured that one. It would get a giggle out of you, Freeman.
My grandfather used to tell me before he passed away, and I think any parent, any typical parent would say this: beauty is in the eye of the beholder, not of the person calling themselves beautiful.
There was a poem I used to read a lot. I know most of it by heart now, but it was called Mirror. And what it was two people. What it was essentially two people talking, and one person asked the other, "When you look in the mirror, what do you see?" and they responded something along the lines of, when I look in the mirror, what do I see? Haggard flesh and tragedy. The mistakes I've made, the people I've hurt, all I can see is a reason to be disturbed, or some shit like that.
Damn it.
And when they essentially finish their self-deprecating rant, the person who asked them turns into the mirror and says, well, when I look in this mirror, what do I see? And essentially starts going off on a bunch of their looks and their positive traits. Things like them having a good personality, things like them being attractive to them, and it was essentially a, you know, it was a way that the poet who made the poem, or who wrote the poem, was trying to point out that when we look in the mirror, we usually see the worst parts of ourselves, because as humans, we genuinely want to be better than what we are. It takes other people seeing what we have or what we are to them. And more often, more often than not, people don't agree with the perceptions of others. I know I don't. Because I've been told I'm attractive by a lot of people, and I can't understand why. On a personal level, I don't like the way I look. I know all of my personality flaws, and I know just how ugly I can be. I can't personally understand why people think I'm attractive. But I mean, hell, Avia is living proof that there are people out there that do. So. Then again, for me, I've also met people that are aesthetically pretty that were the ugliest people in the world to me. Because while a lot of other people thought they were, you know, attractive or, you know, physically or what have you, I could see the worst traits in them. A good example was one of my exes, or not one of my exes, one of my friend's exes, and she didn't break up with him until after she saw what I saw in him, because he actually let her see it at one point, and it was terrifying. She was infatuated with him. She thought he was, you know, absolutely adorable. She thought he was funny and nice, and, one day he beat the absolute shit out of her. And then she realized why I thought he was one of the ugliest people I'd ever met. Was because I saw in him something I saw in my dad a long time ago. And I essentially saw the same thing that he did to me happening to the people around him. And I will talk about my dad occasionally like he's a good person, but in no way was he a good person for a lot of my life. He was a womanizer, he cheated, he was violent, he was manipulative. I could see all of those in the person that my friend was going out with, and she couldn't. Until the day he raised a hand to her. At which point she came up to me and said, "You're right, he's ugly." And then asked if she could use my phone to call the police. Because she had lost 3 teeth. Well. Hey, Skunk. All I can say is you haven't seen me at my worst. Trust me, the people who have, they know how ugly I can be. And I will point out, to me, the definition of, ugly or beautiful also kind of encompasses the person's personality. I know how ugly I can be. That's actually one of the reasons why I try every day not to be. I mean, physically, I don't care. On a personality level, though, there are things I've fought with ever since I was a little kid. I have depression and an anger issue that, when I was younger, people used to be legitimately afraid of me because of all the things I would do. And usually it wasn't, anger for the sake of being angry. It was, I saw things happening in the world around me that I couldn't stand by, and I chose to deal with them by hurting the people that were causing it. So. But that's a thing. Also, mlem the tiny nose.
Yeah.
What's up?
Stuck.
Stuck?
Not in the game. Not in the game. Just stuck.
Change of topic?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would you like to talk about, anything?
I don't care anything but that.
Yeah. That particular topic is a
I
pretty
am
heavy
very
one.
quick. I am very quickly going from being okay to I am going to end up muting my mic for a minute.
Mlem. Hey, Skunk. Let's let you pick the topic.
No, I just read the server chat. Oh boy.
Oh, no, wait. Is it appropriate for the channel?
I will murder her
No.
with my own hands.
God damn it. I can guess what it is just by that note.
GM_Valencia.
Oh, wait, no. Fucking Valencia's talking?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really not gonna be okay for chat then. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. No, we have a GM in this game. By the way, folks, if you decide to play this game on Xbox Live, do understand it gets bad. Just the topics that
It
pop
gets
up on
weird.
chat, it gets bad.
Not bad,
It gets
weird.
weird. And
Bad.
it gets
No,
fucking
no.
crazy as shit.
It's bad, tiny thing. It's
Let me put it to you this way.
bad.
I had an argument on chat with somebody as to why the tits of a shy do not have jiggle physics, and why they do not have bikini items in the Pearl store. And they were sitting there saying, well, they wanted all of these things, and my brain is going, so you're into tidy kids then, yes? Turned out I was arguing with somebody who was 12. Then there's the dude that a couple months back decided while I was doing trade routes, he would come on to chat and start rapidly spamming the most racist things, just giant chunks of text of him going off on literally all races except for Caucasian are absolutely inferior and use every slur you could imagine, and it's just...
Yeah, let's just say...
I watched the chat try to eat him alive, and just he sat there laughing the whole time.
let's just say...
Hey, Kit, you're gonna be really happy about something.
What?
Chiropractor's helping. I went into my chiropractor appointment this morning in no pain.
Ooh,
Wait, what?
I need a chiropractor.
I went into my chiropractor appointment this morning in no pain.
Yay! God, I wish I had a chiropractor, but the last one I had felt my spine for all of 2 minutes and went, nope. I can't treat you. The last 3 chiropractors I've gone to have legitimately, you know, done a check on my back and gone, nope, I cannot treat you. I am not going to risk treating you because if I do one thing wrong, you're a paraplegic.
What does your back look like?
I'd like to say an S, but there's an additional bend.
So it looks like
So
a
a
snake
5.
had fun.
Pretty much.
No. It looks like a snake had fun with your back and somehow managed to fuse with it.
Pretty much.
Oh.
A chunk of my
Okay.
spine
Oh.
curves in super far, and then another part curves. I essentially shrink every day. You know the whole saying. You know the saying that you shrink a couple inches each day, and when you sleep you sprawl back out. For most people, when they align their back just right and lay that way for a couple hours, they grow about 1 inch to 2 inches. I grow about 7 inches. I legitimately visibly shrink throughout the day.
This will be interesting.
So at the end of the day, will you be smaller than me?
Hey,
At
Kit.
conventions, no, I shouldn't say 7 inches, it's more like 3 or 4. But let's put it this way. When you're at a convention with me, look at me, how tall I am at the beginning of the day, right after I get up, versus when I go to bed that day. You will notice the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
I legit shrink.
So, Kit, this is what I'm gonna recommend. At least twice a day during the convention, I want to be able to work on your back. I'm not talking about cracking it, I am talking about massaging it.
Go right ahead, it won't help. Realistically, for my
Okay.
back to be fixed in any way, it might, I should rephrase that, it might help with the pain, but for my back to be fixed in any way, they legitimately have to go in and remove the bones from around my spinal cord and replace them.
Yeah.
It is a seriously invasive thing. The chances of me being able to walk afterwards are only about 30%, and it requires about 16 hours under the knife. It legit requires them to chisel my fucking spine, like the bones of my spine, the vertebra. It requires them to chisel them off one by one and replace them with ceramic. I only know one other person who has gone through this, and the fact that he can walk is amazing. Because his doctors didn't
At
think he
least
was
they
going to
don't
be able
need
to
to
walk
take a
after the fact. The
I have
gigantic
2
scar
bone
that he
spurs on my
has from
spine.
the back of his neck all the way down to his hip, along his back, is crazy.
So, I have 2 bone spurs on my spine.
Yeah,
Anyone who I've talked to after going to a chiropractor knows this.
yeah. Eventually, they're
Here's
going to have
the
to
problem.
cut those away, which does require fairly invasive surgery.
Yeah, and I could lose the ability to walk.
Yep.
That's what's got me freaking the fuck out. What?
Guys, some food.
Can I smack? Wait, is that a? That's a sheep. I saw that. Why the fuck is he holding a fucking wolf?
Nope, that's a sheep.
Yeah.
Well, he's giving the tiny thing an
Wait.
offering of sheep.
Wait, did I just say that's a sheep?
No, you said that's a sheep.
Are you
Skunk,
sure?
yes, you
Because
are.
I heard sheep.
Yes. I heard sheep. But I am a farmer's great-granddaughter, so I heard what I usually hear Grandpa say. Sheep.
I heard myself say sheath. I'm sorry.
You came to see me.
I'm
Fran,
tired.
you've always
Pretty good
got
at sensing
sheath
where
on the
the money
brain,
is.
though.
I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
mixing
true.
up my words.
Chris, are you done carrying that thing around?
Yeah, because I can't ride my horse
Okay.
while doing so, and it's too slow.
I'm making distilled water.
Okay.
Let's take all of this. By the way, guys, I think I only had... Yeah, I only had like 1 mil when I started doing these trade routes. I'm now at 3.69.
I'm about to have 9 mil or 10 mil.
Well, no, I mean on me. I started out with like a little under 1 mil, and now I'm up above 3 mil. Rainbow, I am completely okay with hugs. Realistically, you can't do things like put pressure on me and hurt me. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that because I do have my limits, but it's not, you know, I've been jumped on by people before. Fucking, if you get the chance, ask Otter. When he first met me, he legit jumped on my ass and wrapped his legs around my hips and squeezed the ever-loving fuck out of my back.
I can see Brother doing that. I can see him doing that.
Oh my god.
But let me put it this way. If you're hugging me in a way that is hurting me, I will legitimately let you know. Yeah.
Okay, so where?
I can see the response you
No.
get from him being, if you don't let me go, I'm throwing you.
No, the response is usually me saying, you need to let go, you're cracking my back, or you need to let go, my back is hurting. Skunk, did you forget that I hugged you or something? I am all about the hugs.
Gives the skunk all of the hugs.
But yeah, no, I'm all about hugs. It's
And squeezes.
one of the reasons why I'm so okay with the furry fandom, and why I'm so okay with being a suitor is I actually like getting hugs. I'm one of those people that I'm a hugger. I could literally have just met you and my handshake is a hug. I do tend to ask people first. When I'm meeting somebody for the first time, or I am at that point of I'm either going to shake your hand or give you a hug, I will literally look at a person and go, okay, hug or handshake.
What if I say both?
Then I default to hug first.
I'm probably just gonna confuse the shit out of you and say both.
I default to hug and then I shake a hand.
I don't
It's
know
not-
what I'm gonna do.
It's not confusing. I've actually had people do that, say both, and I've legit given them a hug and then shook their hand. I've met a couple people who are not okay with it.
I'm going
mostly
to
they're people who are
bop a
shy or just
game.
don't like being touched.
Get the...
Bye, Dennis.
I'm going to bop a game and then strangle a shy. Keep
Don't strangle
emoting
the
when I
shy.
let you- Trying to get off the shy. No, the shy's gonna keep emoting while I'm trying to get off of the shy, or off of the fucking mount. Because screw that. You're not getting off the mount right now. You're gonna do everything possible to stay on the mount and not do what you need to do.
I also told you not to cry. Mostly because it was legit the first time I had ever met you, and that was not, you know... I have a thing, I try to cheer people up when they're down. If my first encounter with you is you, crying, my brain goes, okay, somebody needs cheering up. Man. Well, yeah.
Alrighty. Now let's go
Yeah.
do this quest.
Like I said earlier, skunk drama always happens at conventions. It's a thing. And I understand that, but it was also one of those days where I just kind of wanted to cheer you up, because I knew you had gone through some shit.
I'm gonna say this,
Skunk.
Rainbow. I also have a bad back and weak knees. So if you tackle hug me, you're going down with me.
So all I can say to this is, you have weak knees and a bad back, and you want to go into a profession where both of those things are going to get stressed out a lot.
Yeah. She also has bad.
I'll take
ankles.
my chances.
If it's
take
with somebody
my
like,
chances.
if it's with somebody like Duke or Kiro, I know you'll take your chances.
I'll take my chances.
Oh God! Why did I see that one coming?
I'm fairly certain you'd be 100% okay if Duke Doberman literally broke you in half. So,
Oh, I'd be perfectly fine because A, I don't have to work, and B, I can say I got broke by Duke.
he was just breaking you in.
It
What?
Well,
bad.
then I'm gonna have to explain to.
You know, what'd be really funny is if during this conversation Kira walked in and said, "Hey."
Oh,
I would so
Lord.
laugh.
I'm fairly certain he's done that once at least already with you, Claire.
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Nah, Skunk,
Let's not
just,
have another repeat.
just keep in mind that if you are crying when I see you, it is not so much a I don't want to see you cry. That sounds weird, I know. It's I want to cheer you up, so expect a lot of hugs.
Expect a lot of hugs and jokes and tickles.
Maybe not tickles. But yeah.
But-
Definitely expect a lot of positive attention at that point, because I tend to cheer people up when they're crying. Or at least I tend to try to. Man.
Okay, where the hell am I going? Screw you, pumpkins.
But yeah, no.
There you go.
I tend to just cheer people up in general, or if I see somebody who's not having a great day, I tend to go out of my way to cheer them up. It's actually one of the reasons why I think Tiny does so well around me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am usually that person
But,
that
I
when she
mean,
goes into
there's-
either pissed off Tiny or upset Tiny, my brain
Or
goes,
stuck.
Nope, that's Birch.
there is something wrong. This shouldn't be wrong. Let's make it not wrong. Hi! Do you need snuggles?
That's why my brain goes, I need to say something sometimes, or there are times where I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything today, I don't feel like it. And
Yep.
he knows anyways, and I'm like, would you stop it? Stop it!
Well,
Strangle!
the upside is Skunk. Lots of hugs. But yeah, no.
Yes.
I'm no stranger to being around emotional people. It's just if I think you're upset, I'm gonna probably
What?
try and cheer you up. So
Mhm.
expect a lot of jokes, a lot of
Yes.
hugs, offered snuggles, and all that sort of thing.
So, okay,
Yes.
I have to point this out. Kit's not the only one in my group that does, in the group that I hang out with, because it's a really large
lot
group
of us
people
do this.
that does that.
Aw.
There are, off the top of my head, 5 specific people that when I don't want to be touched. If you touch me, I'm going to hit you in the crotch. I don't give a damn who you are.
Yep.
Nope.
It's a reaction.
And I've actually told her. I told her at one point, it wouldn't matter with me. Go ahead, knee me in the crotch. I'm still giving you a hug.
It's not a knee. You'll be getting an elbow. Because 9 times
what
out
I
of 10,
mean.
I will probably be sitting down.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
That and due to Amp Guard, I'm so used to getting hit in the balls anyways, it really probably wouldn't even faze me.
That
I'm
reminds
sorry.
me, Aaron's
I've
got
literally
6
been
coming.
hit so hard in the crotch with a warhammer that it lifted me a good foot off the ground by the sheer force.
Ow.
I couldn't feel my testicles
Kit.
for like 3 weeks. It hurt.
Kit.
Kit,
But-
I still
Aaron-
have the thing.
Aaron is going to
Oh.
get 6.
Oh
I've
god.
been keeping track. Every, like, 25 slaps is another.
You know, what's going to be really funny is, me and Avia's wedding, you are going to have a running tally of times you have hit him in the nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be sitting here going,
probably.
and I'm going to be
He's
sitting
the one
here
keeping
going, are
track
you
of
looking
it."
for Aaron again?
No, seriously, though. He's the one keeping track of it.
Oh god.
Just
I think
Yeah.
there's something
The
wrong
reception
with
is
that
gonna
boy, but at
be-
the same time, I think it's something that we can always work with, because I think he just has really weird-ass things on his mind.
This is
Yes,
the funny
yes,
part.
he does.
He's the one keeping track of it.
Well, no. It's
We
not so
went
much that I don't want
from-
to see you cry, Skunk, it's because I don't like seeing people upset. And I am of the mind that if I can change it and make it so they're not as upset, I usually, go. I go to pretty weird lengths to cheer people up. I know this because I had a day in Amp Guard where a new player was having trouble. And we got to talking. They didn't want to hug. They weren't comfortable with being touched, but they weren't doing well. They were upset. They didn't think they were good enough to continue playing. They didn't think they were good enough to stay in the community. And I'm sitting here talking with them the whole time, and one of the things that came to mind, because everybody seems to laugh when I get hit in the crotch, is, would it cheer you up if I let you hit me in the nuts with a buffer?
Please don't.
She kind of looked at me,
They
and I
obviously
say
said
she
yes.
now, but it was he at the time, because she thought he was a he and kind of rolled on that and realized, no, I think it was she realized she was more interested in women than interested in being a man. So, but no,
Explainable.
she
Good.
actually kind of laughed and
Yeah.
said, that actually would be kind of funny. And my first response was to square up my feet and hand her a sword and say, here you go. She lost her shit laughing. She lost her shit laughing even worse when the guy that was standing there watching me do this knocked an arrow and shot me in the nuts.
Not in front of me. Do not do this in front of me because I'm not kidding. I will look at you.
do it in front of me, cause I will
I
laugh
will look at you.
hysterically.
Look at the person who did it. Look back at you. Slap them a couple of times and then roll over and die laughing.
Oh man, I need to introduce
I will
you
just
to
straight up
Judge
die
and them
laughing.
from Amp Guard. You would die laughing.
Mm-mm.
Because,
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, this is the group of people that I used to hang out with a lot when I was more into Amp Guard and more into that community. And we're talking,
Yeah.
we have a household in this community, very specifically, it's the idea of a noble house, essentially. We have a household in which we used to do feasts every year, and we had essentially created different reasons that we could go and hang out with each other, and it was, we had a feast almost every month. We had days that were considered training days, where it was literally our household would go out and hit each other with blunted weapons, and then get really, really hammered and play drinking games. And usually us playing drinking games turned out really weird, because it's also how we got, or how we coined terms like smuggling Chewbacca. So, By the way, don't ask.
I don't want to.
Trust me, you
Maybe
don't.
that's a thing for after stream?
Very much is.
Okay.
So,
We are doing maritime trade with
Um,
Lydia and
Kit?
Valencia as well.
Man,
it is 8:56.
You can end the stream
it's-
now.
I was gonna say, it's saying we're at 3 hours and 55 minutes, so... Let me...
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm
ready
gonna
to
stop
end
here.
stream now.
So, we will see when this gets uploaded how long this fucking stream is. Anyways,
We start at 6 and end at 9, so...
we're gonna end this one. We're gonna end this one here. So, if you... Oh, that was a hiccup. If you enjoyed the gameplay or the commentary, give us a like. If you want to keep up with this or any of our other content, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Become part of our notification squad, and you'll be able to see when we upload and when we go live. But for now, this is Kitthesoulless and crew, signing off. So until next time, everybody, bye-bye!
Bye!
Bye.
Also, oh my god,
Hoopla.
I've also had people literally walk up to me and say, I wash my hands of this weirdness in regards to this family.
Are you serious?
Yes. I tried to introduce Silent Judge to you at one point, and all he heard was, hyper tiny thing runs up and down your back, and he just kind of had a moment of,
Nope.
okay, nope. Anyways, ta-ta, everybody.